Over the past year, China's humanoid robot industry has shifted from controlled trials to large-scale industrial output. By early 2025, multiple production lines were already operating at volume, and shipments were no longer counted in dozens. They were counted in thousands. This transition has occurred within a short time frame and reflects a coordinated industrial push rather than isolated corporate growth. AgiBot, a robotics startup founded in Shanghai in 2023, represents one of the most visible examples of this acceleration. The company has entered mass production operations and is delivering humanoid robots to commercial clients. AgiBot has publicly set a revenue target of approximately $142 million for 2025 and plans to deploy around 5,000 humanoid robots within the same year. These units are being allocated to industrial and service-based settings rather than consumer households. The robots being shipped are designed for defined operational roles. They are intended to perform tasks such as material transport, inspection assistance, and repetitive handling work in controlled environments. These deployments are taking place in factories, logistics centers, and service facilities where workflows are structured and measurable. This deployment strategy reduces operational uncertainty and allows faster integration into existing systems. The rapid expansion of companies like AgiBot is closely tied to national policy decisions. In 2024, humanoid robots were formally designated as a strategic emerging industry at the national level. This classification placed humanoid robotics alongside sectors considered critical to industrial modernization. As a result, companies operating in this field gained access to policy tools that support accelerated production and deployment. These policy tools include financial incentives, coordinated land use approvals, and integration into regional manufacturing plans. Local governments have aligned industrial parks and factory zones to support robotics manufacturing. This has reduced setup time for new production facilities and allowed companies to move from prototype assembly to serial production without prolonged delays. Manufacturing speed has also been influenced by supply chain structure. China hosts large-scale domestic production of components essential to humanoid robots, including electric motors, gearboxes, actuators, sensors, batteries, and control systems. Many of these components are already produced at scale for other industries such as electric vehicles and consumer electronics. This overlap allows humanoid robot manufacturers to source parts without establishing new supplier networks. Analysts have pointed out that producing humanoid robots outside China often results in higher costs. This is largely due to dependence on imported components, longer logistics chains, and limited access to high-volume suppliers. When components must cross borders, expenses increase through transportation costs, tariffs, and extended lead times. Domestic sourcing within China reduces these constraints and allows tighter coordination between design and manufacturing teams. Cost control plays a central role in the current expansion. While early humanoid robot prototypes in some markets have been reported to cost several $100,000 per unit, Chinese manufacturers are working toward lower production costs by scaling output and standardizing components. Although specific pricing for AgiBot's robots has not been disclosed, the company's production targets indicate an emphasis on commercial viability rather than limited demonstration units. The focus on commercial deployment is consistent across the broader industry. Several Chinese robotics firms have announced production plans that involve hundreds or thousands of humanoid units per year. These plans are tied to contractual delivery schedules rather than experimental timelines. This signals that humanoid robots are being treated as industrial products integrated into supply chains, not as research projects awaiting validation. Regional clustering has further accelerated development. Robotics companies are concentrated in manufacturing hubs where suppliers, assembly facilities, and testing centers operate in proximity. This structure shortens iteration cycles and allows rapid feedback between deployment sites and production teams. Adjustments to hardware and software can be implemented quickly when issues arise in real-world use. Labor and productivity considerations are also driving adoption. Humanoid robots are being positioned to supplement human workers in environments facing labor shortages or rising operational costs. In industrial settings, robots can operate across extended shifts without fatigue. In logistics environments, they can handle repetitive movement tasks that are difficult to automate using fixed machinery. International interest is beginning to emerge. While most current deployments remain domestic, manufacturers have indicated plans to expand exports. Markets in Southeast Asia and parts of the Middle East are being evaluated due to high demand for automation and fewer regulatory barriers. Entry into these regions would increase production volumes and further reduce per-unit manufacturing costs. The United States continues to develop humanoid robotics through several high-profile companies. These efforts have emphasized advanced mobility, perception, and control systems. However, publicly disclosed deployments have remained limited in scale. Large commercial shipments measured in the thousands have not yet been widely reported. This difference in output volume has become a defining contrast between the two markets. Industrial policy differences contribute to this gap. In China, humanoid robotics development is aligned with national economic planning and regional manufacturing strategies. In the United States, development relies more heavily on private capital and incremental pilot programs. These structural differences affect timelines, production scale, and cost trajectories. China's existing automation base provides additional momentum. The country already installs more industrial robots annually than any other market. Factories accustomed to robotic systems can integrate humanoid platforms with fewer adjustments. This reduces training requirements and shortens deployment timelines. The speed of transition is notable. From strategic designation to mass production, the shift has occurred in roughly a year and a half. During this period, production lines were established, suppliers were integrated, and deployment contracts were executed. This compressed timeline reflects industrial readiness rather than speculative forecasting. By mid-2025, the measurable outcomes are clear. Thousands of humanoid robots are being manufactured and delivered. Revenue targets have been formally stated. Deployment environments are operational. The current phase is defined by execution at scale, supported by domestic manufacturing capacity and coordinated industrial planning, rather than experimental development or conceptual projections. Over the last few days, something unexpected happened at a packed concert in Chengdu. Thousands of people watched the stage, thinking they would see only music and dancers. Instead, something else walked into the spotlight. This was not a tech show or a lab test. It was a real concert, and what happened there spread across the world within hours. At the center of the performance were 6 Unitree G1 humanoid robots. The robots appeared on stage during a concert by Chinese-American singer Wang Lihom, a performer with a career spanning more than 2 decades in Asia and North America. The robots were positioned among human backup dancers and executed synchronized choreography in real time. Video footage from the event shows the robots matching tempo, spacing, and movement sequences without visible interruption. Now let's watch another video where the robots are performing Kung Fu live at Window of the World in Shenzhen. The robots completed coordinated dance routines designed for a live audience. The machines remained upright while changing direction, shifting weight, and maintaining rhythm. At several points during the performance, the robots executed flips, a movement requiring dynamic balance and precise motor control. The choreography was performed under concert lighting conditions and in front of a live crowd. The setting distinguished this appearance from earlier humanoid robot showcases. The performance was not part of a robotics demonstration or a promotional technology launch. It took place during a commercial concert with ticket sales, stage production, and live musical accompaniment. Audience reaction was immediate, with spectators recording the segment and posting footage online during the event. The robots involved were Unitree G1 humanoid models, a platform developed for research and commercial testing. The G1 model stands approximately 1.3 meters tall and is designed with articulated joints for full body movement. The report noted that the robots performed flips and dance motions typically demonstrated in controlled environments rather than live entertainment settings. The article described the concert appearance as a public demonstration of the robot's balance and coordination capabilities. The performance reached a wider audience after Elon Musk shared video clips from the concert on X. Musk described the robot's movements as impressive, a comment that was reported by international outlets including Inkle. Following the post, video clips circulated across TikTok, Instagram Reels, and X. Several clips accumulated millions of views within a short period. The spread was driven by reposts from entertainment accounts, technology commentators, and general users. Media coverage focused on the visibility of the event rather than speculation. HypeFresh reported that the robots were not positioned as props, but performed as part of the choreography. The outlet emphasized that the robots kept time with human dancers and maintained formation throughout the routine. The report described the performance as one of the most prominent examples of humanoid robots participating in live entertainment. The developer behind the robots, Unitree Robotics, is a Chinese robotics company known for quadruped and humanoid platforms. The company has previously released videos of robots running, jumping, and performing acrobatic movements. However, those demonstrations were typically staged in controlled indoor spaces or outdoor test areas. The Chengdu concert marked a transition into a live commercial environment, with unpredictable variables such as lighting changes, sound vibrations, and audience proximity. The appearance occurred as China continues to expand public-facing uses of robotics. Unitree Robotics has released specifications indicating that the G1 platform is designed for research, education, and commercial experimentation. The concert performance aligned with broader efforts to showcase robotic systems outside laboratory settings. International reaction to the footage focused on the implications of robots entering entertainment industries. Coverage noted the speed at which the clip spread following Musk's post. Inkle reported that Musk's comment amplified visibility rather than introducing new information. The article quoted Musk's single-word response, "Impressive," without additional commentary. The robot's performance did not involve dialogue or interaction with the audience. Their role was limited to movement-based choreography synchronized with music and human dancers. Video evidence shows that the robots completed the routine without assistance during the visible segments. No technical interruptions were reported in the available coverage. The concert footage circulated alongside discussions about robotics development timelines. Reports did not claim replacement of performers or automation of entertainment roles. Coverage remained focused on the demonstration itself and the environment in which it occurred. HypeFresh described the moment as a milestone because it placed humanoid robots in a mainstream cultural setting rather than a specialized showcase. The Chengdu concert took place during a period of heightened interest in humanoid robotics globally. Companies in China, the United States, and Europe have released prototypes capable of walking, lifting objects, and performing limited tasks. What distinguished this event was not a new technical specification, but the scale of public exposure. Thousands witnessed the performance live while millions viewed it online within days. The robots' movements were pre-programmed and executed autonomously during the routine. The article did not indicate remote control during the performance. The report highlighted that executing flips on a concert stage requires stable hardware and accurate motion planning.